All right, man. So it would seem that we have another little issue that I've come across. Usually, I mean, y'all been watching me. If you have been watching me for a while, maybe this is your first time and you don't know. But majority of the content on my channels has just been good hype moments, positive. But every now and then I'll dibble and dabble, whatever the hell the expression is, into some controversy or drama stuff. Anything that bothers me a little. Like if I'm watching, because I obviously being on YouTube, you have to see everything that's going on in the space. There's really no way of avoiding it, but every now and then I'll see something that like actually not necessarily bothers me, but makes me feel something to the point where I'm like, all right, I kind of want to speak on it. And that is where we are today. There's a video from Playback that was titled Aiden Ross Needs to Stop Platforming Weirdos. Now, I think the last time I did anything similar to this was like Aiden, Sneeko, Destiny, Moist Critical type stuff. But somewhat going to be of a reaction to their video, but I also want to give my own take on it. Like, I would hope that the majority already knows and understands, but they just don't want to say anything. They just feel the need to keep it pushing, mind their own business. But I feel like it's helpful to speak on certain things, because if we don't, then more bullshit like this happens. You get niggas like Aiden Ross, you get niggas like that other dude that was walking into people's houses trespassing for content, and it gets to a point where it's like, bro, we need to do better. Like everybody as a whole needs to do better. The type of person that I am, if I haven't met you personally, then usually I'll never speak on you. Like, I'll never try and assume anything about you or judge your character, nothing like that. Nothing to any serious degree. But with a nigga like this, Charleston White, I believe his name is, fuck that nigga. Like honestly, straight up, this is not somebody that deserves a platform. Again, this is just my take on it. I think that when niggas like Andrew Tate or Sneeko are talking, trying to spew out some shit, and that they deem factual and I guess being silenced, because a lot of times people who don't do their own research assume, and they just like they believe everything that these niggas be saying. They say, oh, the Matrix is trying to silence them, when in reality sometimes it can be true, but a lot of times these niggas is just breaking the rules. Like, everybody, whether we like it or not, we're on this platform of YouTube, we gotta follow their rules. If I say some shit and they don't like it, they have all the rights to take me out, take my shit down. It's their platform. You know what I'm saying? I'm not under any contract or anything for them to keep me here. So a lot of the times it is just them being terminated because they are breaking the rules. The only time I can think of where somebody was being silenced and it like really didn't make any fucking sense was like Dave Chappelle. Whenever that nigga is telling jokes as a comedian, it's like an art, bro. Like that's his craft. So when he's up there telling jokes and people are getting offended and trying to, I don't know, spread rumors, tarnish his reputation, just talk shit, there have been people who have contacted the people that he works for to try and make sure that he doesn't get hired anymore. Like, stuff like that is insane to me, because it's just one of those things where comedy, humor is subjective. So if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch it. Versus shit like this. Niggas like Aiden Ross and any of the other people who advocate for kick and stuff, they talk about free speech and wanting to be able to say whatever they want, but they don't actually mean free speech. Like, nigga, everybody has it. Everybody has the freedom to say whatever the fuck they want. What these niggas want is freedom of consequence. That's not realistic, bro. It's just not real. Nigga, I have the freedom to go up to Mike Tyson and tell him that he's ugly as shit and that he's a bitch. But I don't have the freedom of the consequences of that nigga knocking my ass out. You feel me? It's like, that's just how it is. A lot of times they definitely just say stuff that is insane for shock value. And I personally believe that that is the type of nigga that Aiden is. But if you haven't seen him, bro, if you haven't seen any of those clips of Charleston talking about how him and his friends used to drug and gang rape fucking white women, and he thinks that we should continue Asian hate, Asian people deserve to be assaulted and all this crazy shit. That stuff is not fucking funny. That there's no humor in that, so I don't understand how niggas like him have a platform. Not even really have a platform, but are being platformed by other creators. Like that doesn't click for me. I don't understand that. And to sit here and say that Aiden doesn't know any better is insane, bro. Like there's no way you don't know better. You definitely do know, and that's why you are choosing the platform niggas like this, is because it'll go viral. And that's where I think a question of morals and all that other stuff come into play, because it's like, you really care that much? Like, bro, niggas know how much money Aiden got, bro. He's set, bro. He could literally stop working today and he would be set for life, bro. In order to have a security team, be part owner or whatever, the nigga got something. He got some type of assets of kid. He is set for life. And yet he keeps doing crazier and crazier shit, go even more and more viral. It's like, dog, you don't have to. So you're literally going out of your way to platform somebody like this. Niggas just gotta do better, bro. But that is definitely an issue that I have come to realize, is that there are always gonna be those bad apples, I guess you can say. Every select group of people, they could stand for something, but not everybody could be on the same team, but not everybody is on the same page, basically. It's not like this is the first time. It's not like this isn't something that he's always done. I remember hearing a while back that he had a live stream of where he was making his viewers spit or piss on each other, something crazy for entertainment, shock value. And then he had a person who doesn't particularly like Jewish people. He had someone like that on his stream. Shock value. And now he's doing this with Charleston White. It's like, you already have an established fan base, so you don't need to keep going crazier and crazier. And whenever I see videos of him talking to Tate and talking about self improvement, exercising, growth, shit like that, everybody in the comments is like positive, bro. Like most of the people in there, they're like, finally, good for him. We hope you're actually committed this time. All this good stuff. And then he'll turn around and do a stream like this. It's like, are those the same people that want you to do better, that you're choosing to provide this type of entertainment for? Like, I don't understand. I do believe that if someone is highly favored, that if someone is highly favored by God, then you are definitely highly favored by the devil. I definitely do believe that. So for someone in his position who has this amount of success and status and all that other stuff, obviously there's gonna be some damn demons lurking about, something in his ear, somebody telling him to do crazy and stupid shit. Cause like, bro, you can't have it all. You can't have a good team around you, all this success, and still getting addicted to drugs or failing at going to the gym, anything like that. You can't, there's just no way, bro. Be a matter of how he was brought up, or it could just be the people that he's surrounding himself with. But I think everybody watching knows that he has the means to do better. That is why we want him to do better. And it could just be that his perspective on things isn't as serious. Like, he doesn't see this as harmful. He just sees it as entertainment. He just sees everything as content. But that's really not the case. Others, you're exposing them to this dude who a lot of people might not know about. Some people might know, giving them the impression that this is somebody that they could look up to. It definitely ain't it. Because whenever younger kids, anybody from a younger generation sees that something works, something is able to go viral, something is able to be successful, doesn't matter if it's good or bad, they are going to want to take that route just because they saw it work. Encouraging that type of shit ain't cool, bro.
A couple streams with Charleston. Aiden decided to do a couple streams with Charleston White, and in the beginning, I thought it'd be wholesome, man. I thought it'd be all right. This right here is my favorite clip right here other day, man, when I saw it.
You must ain't had no grandmama.
No, I got a grandma still to this day.
Your grandmama tell on the police. She'll call the police somebody do something wrong. Nah, she mind her business.
She see somebody breaking her neighbor house, you lying to me? You ain't not
she wouldn't.
no Jesus.
Call my granny right now.
Do she believe in Jesus?
Call her.
Yes.
Call your grandmother.
She'll tell.
So, Granny, so you in the house, you see somebody breaking into your neighbor's house. Is you gonna say something? Or you gonna mind your business?
Why would you want her to?
Absolutely. See, Granny gonna call 911. Charleston knew that, man. So we had some good clips like that.
Okay.
There's some good content, man. But
And that is another thing. I do believe that everyone is, you know what I'm saying, can be up for redemption, I guess you would say, is able to be redeemed. I believe that for as long as anyone is alive, their, I don't know, purpose, life mission hasn't been fulfilled yet. So until the day that the lights actually do go out, there's always still work to be done. And if you are blessed enough to wake up every single day, that means that there's always something that you could do better. With Aiden, and doing better looks different for everybody. Again, it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of where you started, where you came from. Literally, this nigga Aiden, all he has to do is just stop stop doing this dumb shit, bro. All he has to do is just stop promoting niggas. He fucking do a collab with a fitness influencer or some shit, bro. Do a workout stream. Like, obviously the views ain't gonna be the same, but dog, at least you'll be promoting something positive, and you'll be attracting an audience that actually wants to see you doing better. Right now, you're like, bro, majority of the people that are watching him do this, there's no way majority of them actually care about him. There's no way majority of them actually want to see him succeed. They're waiting for all this shit to come crumbling down at this point. And that is one thing that I learned for myself, is that, like, bro, when I was younger, I can admit that I wasn't a good person. Nobody is. Nobody starts out as a good person. We're all sinners. And you know what I'm saying? God humbled me. He had to humble me. But as I started to get older, and once I started going to high school and stuff, my version of doing better was just minding my own business. I had the mentality of, if everybody just minded their own business, that the world would be a much better place. And it is true to an extent. It would be better than what it is. That's what I mean, to an extent. But minding your own business and just keeping to yourself does not make you a good person. You're just existing. Being a good person, again, is different for everybody, but the definition of it can be different for everybody. But I personally think that being a good person means going out of your way to help others, going out of your way to put your best foot forward, walk in love towards others. It's anything as simple as walking by somebody, seeing someone struggling, falling over, fucking dropping all their shit, and stopping to help them. Like, if you can say that minding your own business is something that you would do, and in that particular situation, it wouldn't necessarily make you a good or bad person. You're just really existing. It's kind of, some people would see it as rude and as ignorant, but there are others who see someone failing and egg it on. They add to that failure. They'll start talking shit, laughing at them, anything like that. And I feel like that is what would make a bad person, going out of your way to provoke or antagonize others. Him wanting his grandmother to just sit and watch idly by as someone's getting robbed is insane to me. That's definitely not a good person, just because you're minding your own business. And another part of being a good person is doing the right thing without expecting a reward. A lot of times doing the right thing can get you fucked up or can put you in a bad situation. You do it anyways because it's right, not because you expect anything back from it. But a lot of people just got that different mentalities, bro.
Things went left, man. Things went left, and they went left and never got back right, bro.
Hey, man, shit, hey, y'all. No. Listen, this man was asking me a question. This man was, nigga, you gay, nigga. You into my dick, though. But you into my dick, though, gay ass nigga. Watch how you talking. Nigga, you watch how what you want to do. You gay, nigga. Gay ass nigga. You a nigga.
Sure.
Ass punk, nigga. Bitch ass nigga, you came and jumped in, nigga. You ain't gonna do that, nigga. What you gonna do then, nigga? What you gonna do then, nigga? What you gonna do? You gonna get your knife? I don't get no knife. I know what you do. And then I'm gonna throw the punch, nigga. Then I'm gonna, what you gonna do, bitch ass? He got Mason, you wanna get close? And I'm gonna spray it too, nigga. Keep talking, nigga, and I'm gonna spray it like you gonna do something, nigga. You ain't gonna do it.
So there's a bunch of clips like that where it wasn't all that. Aiden is hilarious. Aiden is so quick to like just get out of there. Like,
I thought he was gonna stop Prime.
yeah.
I thought he was gonna stop him.
No, he was like, no, y'all got it. Y'all can have this. Y'all got this. It's cool.
Respect to these niggas for finally calling this nigga out, bro. I'm pretty sure they definitely have before in the past, but sometimes they just don't be reaching. I'm pretty sure they're, if not friends, good friends, or at least acquaintances with Aiden. And niggas can always say, oh, you shouldn't have called your boy out like this on the internet. Like, bro, Aiden has been called out by everyone around him. I'm pretty sure there's a clip of him on the phone with like his managers or some shit, and they're literally telling him the reason why celebrities don't want to be featured on his streams anymore because they see him as a brand risk. The shit that he's doing is so out of pocket that nobody wants to be associated with him. And that still somehow wasn't enough of a wake-up call. It's like, dog, he sees it as people trying to silence him. Nigga, you aren't talking about nothing. Like, you literally aren't saying anything of any importance. You're just chatting. Like, you're literally just chatting. You're just trying to say some dumb, edgy shit. And see that as all they're trying to silence. Like, bro, he inputs himself into situations that don't involve him and that he's not educated on in the slightest, and then expects everybody to just be like, all right, cool. Like, I remember he had posted a tweet saying that there are only 2 genders, and it's like, okay, but if a nigga that if a Hassan ass nigga or a Destiny ass nigga gets on your stream and they don't believe that there are 2 genders, they are gonna fucking steamroll you because you don't know what you're talking about. You're just saying it to say it. That is something that I'm like, bro, just shut up. I could literally sit here and talk about how slavery was bad, and a nigga like one of them who is just really good at talking could make it seem like it was a good thing. And I would be like, niggas would just be stuck because they're better. They debate for a living. I don't understand why he inputs himself in situations like that, bro. You really
That was on
shouldn't.
Charleston White though. That exchange.
If you aren't educated on something,
Well, I
like,
mean,
bro,
that's
just
just-
chill out.
Loud. He stood up first. Like he was antagonizing nigga the whole time. I can't even get mad at Prime for responding that way.
Did you see when they went to that restaurant, that famous restaurant where the waitress are rude to people?
Yeah.
And then Charleston was like,
Say, give me a supervisor. What's the fuck wrong with her?
It's my job to be bitchy. I'm not gonna be nice. It's my fucking house. You want or not?
there was another back and forth.
I heard about
where
places like
Charleston
that.
Having a conversation with, and he's actually had multiple streams with Aiden because they talked about Bronny one time. They talked about a bunch of things, and really, what many people believe that this is kind of just Aiden introducing Charleston White to the streaming world, so he can then get a kick deal. Aiden, who he's co-owner, right, or he has some type of ownership of part of the kick. At least this is what this is understood. That's the benefit of it. So he's introducing Charleston White into the world, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how familiar Aiden is with him because I would not have introduced this nigga to the streaming world. But everything went left, bro.
He had to have been familiar with this nigga,
You
bro.
kids love King Von. Let's make our kids love Hitler.
Why the fuck do we give everybody a platform? Like everybody, like no, okay, like
But, like,
niggas be on
dog,
a
what
platform,
the-
cool. But like we dead ass as a society, ironically, we're doing the same thing. Well, we give these niggas so much attention. Like he's getting off on the fact that he knows that when he says something outrageous next, hella niggas is gonna be quote tweeting it, and like there's gonna be TikToks about it. And like I've probably seen 5 clips of this nigga saying nut shit in the past 2 days on my Twitter or even on my TikTok, and it's like nonstop barrage. You can't even juke it, but like that's what people celebrate now. We can't even get mad at it, like because you can sit there and get mad at it, but the reason why we even know about it is because people are paying attention on everything. I bet there's people like him that we're not paying attention to because the things they say aren't as extreme.
Now what he said is completely 100% true because for those who don't know, I don't know what Charleston White is known for. I actually have no idea who he is. Outside of just saying crazy
Same,
stuff on
yeah, I
Instagram.
thought it was just
I
saying.
think is what first set him off. Where he was like, "I'm a snitch."
I think the first clip I ever saw of that nigga was him talking about suing. He would intentionally start working for big companies and then start making cases about certain shit. Like he would read the fine print, be like, all right, so this ain't allowed, so I'm gonna actually take it to court, and he would win these lawsuits and make money that way. But what he just said is definitely true, because the fact that nigga Blueface and his girl were going viral every single fucking day for like a cool month just because of how toxic. The fact that, bro, any rational human being knows that these niggas are insane. They are unwell, bro. They are not normal. And yet people were still taking sides, treating them like they were regular. Like, bro, they're different. Like, they are literally just different. The shit that they've gone through, the way that their brains operate is not the same, bro. It's not the same as everybody else. They need to stop acting like, bro, people were saying I feel bad for him because he has to deal with this. I feel bad for her. Nigga, they are both grown adults. They put themselves in that situation. You can't feel bad for, like, dog. They just need to tighten the fuck up. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Y'all just need to, like, bro, come on, man.
I think that was a clip that kind of set it off, and because that was such a crazy take. Like, there's so much shame around the idea of snitching.
I think what you said is true, but I think another reason why Charleston gets so much momentum in his name and stuff like that is because he says things that to a lot of people it actually makes sense, and they're like happy that he's bold enough to just say it.
Yeah.
And it may be that. I remember also in the beginning where he would say he would almost set up businesses for like claims and stuff like that, where like something would happen and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I'm about to get like Home Depot or such and such with this lawsuit or unsafe environment and whatever. And
I don't think that is necessarily true. The other thing that he said about people watching him and like agreeing with it, because a lot of times when you see a clip of him going on a rant about how certain groups of people need to be assaulted or some crazy shit, somebody might just send that to a friend and be like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Like, look at this crazy shit. It's not necessarily that they agree with them. It could just be that it's so outlandish that they felt the need to share it. I don't know.
He's done that. I mean,
But
people will just put him on interviews.
I don't think that majority or a lot of people agree with it.
I genuinely believe it went from something as like funny and controversial as snitching and setting up companies with lawsuits, and now he's just like, I have to just keep talking to myself. I have to just keep saying the most crazy things. And so now we're here where he's like ranting about like some of the most foul things I've ever heard in my life. He's talking about raping white women. He's talking about them.
Again, the way he's talking about him and the way that they talk about, I've seen their videos of them talking about other crazy motherfuckers. They think that these people think the same way we do, bro. I genuinely don't believe that. I don't believe their brains operate the same way ours do. I don't think they think in the way of, all right, so I went viral for saying this, I gotta say something crazier. I think that they are genuinely crazy as fuck. Like, they are just that unwell that they, because how could you consistently come up with these takes, bro? It's not like they're just intentionally stupid. I think they are just stupid. They just happen to be like that. Like, what the fuck?
Mustache Man, he's talking about, and those who don't know, Aiden is he's Jewish. He's talking a bunch of just crazy stuff, bro. And you're right, bro. I genuinely don't know, and I don't know I don't know if Aiden was familiar with his content, bro. People like this, like trying to stand next to people like this is just ridiculous. There's a certain point in time where there's like some level of morality that you would have to have and tell yourself like, bro, I'm not about to platform this man, not only on my stream, but also potentially on a platform that I co-own. Like, I'm not about to sit here and do this and try to make money at any means possible. It's the same thing that we had about, I'm pretty sure we made a video about him and Fresh and Fit. It's the same thing about that, like where they had him on a podcast and people pay him. Allegedly, he claims that people pay him to come on just for him to just say some ridiculous stuff. So he's incentivized just off of payment alone for him to come on people platform and say ridiculous stuff. And people still just eat that shit up all the time, bro. The most ridiculous things. And the shit he said, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Playback, we can't even play, bro.
Yeah, it was so nuts. He was talking about supporting the Mustache Man to get back, and how if Jewish people listen to King Von, like black kids should start listening to the Mustache Man. Like, just insane things. Like, bro, like on top of just being extreme for the sake of being extreme, like he said wild shit. Like, you're right, platforming him is kind of nuts, but like maybe Aiden is just seeing this as like a content thing. Bringing this nigga to a restaurant where they're gonna be talking shit and you know he's just vulgar and uncensored is gonna be good comedy, and it was fantastic content. But you have to understand the type of nigga that he is, though, bro. You have to understand. And honestly, like, I don't know, it's like I feel like you can't even dodge these situations no more. You can't dodge him no more. It's just inevitable.
I think just don't.
I think it's impossible. In every way, you are incentivized to just say wild stuff. Even with this channel, like if you say something really insane right now, it's gonna be remembered and probably clipped and then shared. But then more people are gonna know about it. Why do you think all those other podcasts or even commentary channels, like, it's so easy to fall into the rabbit hole of just saying what you think is gonna work instead of what you actually believe is right. You feel me? I just like, in every way people are incentivized. In every way people are incentivized to be louder and more stubborn and just, it's like being neutral or in between is not fun to people. And so like people like him are gonna keep spawning. He's not gonna be the last one.
I know he's not, but isn't it crazy that like, because we got criticized for that, where we're like, oh, y'all are too neutral, y'all too in the middle, and it's so funny because you try to use, I think it was Sneeko when you said it, was like, you were telling Sneeko like, no, bro, people like him exist. People like him who just want to say crazy, wild things and get financially incentivized off of that. Those people are way more detrimental. They exist, and that's actually what it looks like. Concept that like having nuance is so beneficial for you, when the reality is not, bro.
Okay, you got two options in life, right? Let's say you go to school, and then you go to university for 4 years, and then now you're in a little bit of debt, but then you get out, you get an entry-level job, and then over the next couple decades, you grow it, and now you have a nice career, you're making 80K a year. Like, you're living a good life, you feel me? But that takes decades. Or you can just take a fucking risk, roll some fucking dice, and say some nut shit on the internet, see if they give you a career and a fucking kick deal.
Facts.
That's insane. Which one are you gonna do, bro? Because a lot of people are starting to choose the second option in this scenario. Because the first option seems boring to a lot of niggas, and like most of the time niggas don't want to work for nobody else. They, especially not hard, and especially over long durations of time, which is fair, honestly. But the point is in every way in society, you're kind of incentivized to do dumber and dumber and dumber and crazier and crazier and crazier things. Yeah. And I think now that we got
I just want to say, a lot of the times that when they are generalizing, it's not bro, that's one of the best ways that I've been able to deal with certain shit on YouTube, dog, is most people are like me. Like, that we just be lurking. Like, I'm a lurker on all social media sites except for like I'm pretty sure I just be lurking. Like, dog, whenever I watch something, I enjoy it for what it is. I might say my thoughts, like, to y'all. I say it to y'all, but I don't actually, you know what I'm saying? I don't leave comments. I'll like a video if I like it. I'll subscribe to the channel if I like the person making stuff. But I don't ever feel the need to go out of my way to message or do nothing like that just because I'm chilling, bro. It's just, it is what it is. That is majority of people. But when they generalize and be like, oh, most people will see this and think, now we gotta fucking do some crazy outlandish shit just to go viral. It's not everybody. It's not even close to the majority. It's a very small percentage of people that think like that. Us as a whole, not me. I ain't the problem. I'm never the problem. I told y'all that. But nigga, when it came to like Blueface, any that nigga that just be walking into people's houses was trespassing and got arrested, I don't be giving them niggas no attention. Like, I don't interact with nothing that has to do with any of them. I don't watch it. I don't look it up. Even when it's on the homepage, I scroll right by it. I don't be giving no attention to none of it. So, it ain't me. But for the people who do watch it and do give it attention and share it to their friends because of how crazy it is, yeah. With the amount of interactions and likes and all that other stuff, people will see it and think, all right, I could do this too. And never really ends well.
Got these algorithms that feed us shit like this. You can't go on Twitter without seeing another fight compilation of some sort. Or
getting that tired though? I be blocking those accounts.
I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that because I booted up Twitter yesterday while I was live on like. Luckily, I didn't show the screen. I just saw a woman get destroyed by a moving car. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is that on my feed for? It's your recommended. Shut the fuck up, nigga. It's not TikTok, IG, or YouTube or Facebook.
I literally made a brand new Twitter account a few months back. I never had Twitter before. I made a new account. Got recommended mad fight videos. I witnessed like 3 or 4 videos of niggas actually dying. That whole recommended shit, like, stop. That is Twitter. It is uncensored. That is how it is. I have since deleted Twitter because I would rather not become desensitized to watching real people lose their lives. I would rather not become desensitized to shit like that. So I don't have Twitter anymore. But I mean, yeah, I hear niggas like him and other creators. Why is he staring at the camera like that? I hear other creators talk about Twitter and how it's just a cesspool of bullshit. Bro, just delete it. I promise you, you don't need it. You don't need any social media. Realistically, we don't actually need it. We just have it to kill time and stuff like that. But like, bro, you could go.
Give Twitter that much
I mean,
credit.
let's keep you
There's
honest.
no algorithm there.
But I never started seeing
You
this
could
stuff
go
until,
without it.
Elon took the shit.
over
That
it.
nigga's wilding right now,
Yeah.
and he knows. But just if you send a clip of a woman getting hit by a car to everybody, more people's gonna interact with that than a generic clip of somebody talking about a keyboard, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's happening. Point is, I think as we start to entertain these more extreme figures, more and more people are gonna want to be like him, and those people are gonna be grifters, right? But we've seen grifters succeed.
Yeah,
in the
why
past.
don't? That's why I'm. So
I think
confused.
he's a real deal, but people are gonna see
Oh, you think he's real?
he's the real deal crazy.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
he's
so you don't
real,
think
bro.
that
nigga is actually insane.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
all right, cool.
I think a lot of people will start to grift though. You feel me? So like,
Oh yeah, but yes.
so there'll be like an Andrew Tate that comes out. I think he's the real deal. I think he means some of the shit he says, right?
Okay.
And then there'll be clones that see that
okay, I see
success
what you're
and
saying, I
start
see
to
what
like
you're saying, yeah.
populate around that ecosystem of crazy stuff. But like at the end of the day, like whether or not you agree or disagree with, he could have a nugget of truth of something that's just filled in hate, and people are gonna find a way to celebrate it. That's just insane to me. There's no way to celebrate anything the Mustache Man ever said because he was.
Bro, I hate that shit. That is one of the biggest things I've learned in like a while back, a couple years ago. But as I have grown and gotten older, niggas need to take that saying two things can be true at once to heart. Like, bro, it literally means what the phrase is. Two things can be true at once. Just because somebody says this does not erase the fact that they caused this much pain or this amount of hurt or this amount of damage. Like, dog, what the like? I'm pretty sure I heard that Charleston helps donate or is responsible for some type of black children's damn, I forget what it was, but he's responsible for doing some type of charity. Just because like two things can be true at once, again, he can do that, but that doesn't mean he didn't say all that shit and he hasn't actually gang raped. Like, bro, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? That doesn't make him a good person all of a sudden.
With hate is next to impossible. You're just gonna inspire more hate and more division, and that's gonna inspire more hate and more division. That's a cycle, bro. That's how you start cycles.
And some of my young people out there who do want to get in content creation and they want to find, the way to try to gain some popularity. I know when we speak about it, it's through the lens of like a level of privilege, and like of course it's easy for y'all to say that because y'all are da 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 da. But I'm telling you right now, bro, going out and just doing and saying crazy things for like clicks and views is so unfulfilling. Like there's gonna be a moment, and it probably in his life as well. But he's older, so he probably doesn't care that much. But there's gonna be a moment in your life if that's what you
He
do,
definitely
you're
does
gonna
not
sit
care.
back and look at all the things that you've done and realize like there's nothing constructive, positive that I've done to put myself in this position. And then at some point, all of the hate comments, all the ridicule is gonna get to you, bro. It's gonna eat at your soul to its core. Unless you're truly an evil person. If you were trying to just say things for the sake of reactions and interactions and views and all the other stuff, then yeah, if you are that type of person, bro, it's not worth it in the long haul. Like from a mentality standpoint, your soul, who you are in your core, bro, you're gonna feel empty. You're going to feel you have something that needs to be fulfilled in you, and it's not going to be there. And trust me, bro, likes, clicks, views, bro, all that stuff is not fulfilling, bro. And on top of that, bro, you build something of substance that's going to last way much longer. I don't know how long Charleston White's run is going to be, but trust me, it's not going to be as long as somebody who decided to build something of substance and build off of that. And that process is way more fulfilling. But yo, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you missed the last video, click it right here. It was a banger, dog. And until next time, we'll see you all later. Peace.
Like, dog, one thing you can rely on Aiden for is if you were brought up, if your whole career is like surrounded by controversy and a whole bunch of bullshit, any degeneracy, like, dog, and your career starting to die, you can rely on that nigga to bring you back. Cause bro, I saw he brought on the island boys, and niggas was talking about how they blew each other. Two twin brothers gave each other like, why the fuck? Yo, yo, why would I want that on my like, explain it, like, break it down to me. Like, I want to know Aiden's thought process as to why the fuck he wanted to bring them on his stream. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think I'll ever understand. There's no amount of talking that nigga could do that would ever make me be like, yeah, I could get that. Like, no. One thing that I will say, bro, is that I truly do mean that. I hope and pray that he is able to bounce back, actually commit to doing better, actually commit to self-improving in whatever form that may be, whether it's educating himself or exercising, whatever the fuck. But dog, for those of you who don't know, and there might be a lot of you, but God of War, dog, any source of entertainment. There are messages across all sources of entertainment, dog. And there are messages across real people. For gaming niggas, God of War is one of my favorite games because of that one phrase. I might make it the title of this damn video. In the final fight with Kratos and Baldur, and he realizes the vicious, endless cycle that they are stuck in of killing each other, seeking revenge. Even somebody like Kratos, who literally slaughtered villages, killed his father, who was Zeus, killed all the gods, he did all this crazy shit, was basically redeemed. I mean, the nigga, he realizes he understood that he could choose his own path, even after all his past mistakes, and I believe the quote was, "We must be better than this," right before he dealt the final blow. And that shit has stuck with me to this day, bro. I fucking love that quote. Anything that has to do with being better than what you already are will always fill me with hope. And I do really mean that. I truly believe, regardless of what you have done in your past, if you are truly willing to change, you can. If you are truly willing to be better, the first step is always to acknowledge that you'll never be perfect. You'll never be good. You'll always be and that's something that I'm fine with. I'm perfectly fine. I know that I've done some fucked up shit in the past. I know I've hurt people, whatever it may be, physically, verbally, and it's a process, dude. It's definitely a process for everyone. You see, it can start out as just not antagonizing. It can start out as just not provoking. That's how it was for me. It just started out as minding my own business, and now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize that it takes more than just keeping to yourself to be better. You gotta actually start going out of your way to do good for others. Right now, that nigga Aiden needs to start doing better for himself. And even, honestly, it's not up to me. It's not up to me on whether or not, on being the judge of whether or not somebody is redeemed or not. It's not as long as God wills it, if that nigga, if that nigga Charleston is capable of redeeming himself, I would say one of the first steps is getting the fuck off the internet. Stop talking, bro. Just stop talking. You can continue to give back to charities and all that other stuff. Stop giving your take. Stop trying to act as if you're a role model. Stop taking interviews from people who are just looking to use you for money and exploit you because they know, honestly, a lot of them aren't any better. The fact that they pay him to get on their podcast, pay him to get on their streams, anything like that, just because they know he's going to say something insane and they will benefit off of it in a monetary way. But for like real life, bro, David Goggins, that nigga, bro, come on, man. Everybody knows David Goggins. Everybody knows his story of how he did better for himself, how he started off as a piece of shit. He started off as worthless, useless. He used all the crazy words, all these insane words to describe himself, and how he made himself a man of substance. And he still works each and every single day because he knows that the job's not done. He knows that he can always be better. Moral of the story, if you're ever feeling down, if you ever feel like shit, you ever feel like you're not good enough, like you're a bad person, just know Charleston White exists. Alright? Can't be that bad. Yeah, man. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like. And hope to see you all in the next one.